Hello and welcome back to the Tom and Matt Take On YouTube channel. Today is a solo episode by myself, Matt Johnson. And today I'm going to be talking about the Trading 212 platform, a platform which gets very good reviews, but it's not without its drawbacks. I'm going to be running through 3 reasons why I think it's a good platform and 3 reasons why I think it might have some problems it could sort out, let's say. Now, this is all based on my experience of using the platform throughout the Idiot Trading Challenge, a challenge which myself and Tom took on as part of this YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and have a look at them, then I thoroughly recommend it. We started off with £200 and then moved on to a £300 channel. And I'm going to be referring to those experiences throughout this video. So stay tuned to hear more about that. But first of all, let's just get into it. The first positive about the Trading 212 app is most definitely the practice demo account. Within this account, you can have up to £50,000, not of your own money. Don't worry, you don't need to be some kind of rich overlord to put money into this account. This is just demo money. It's not real, it doesn't go anywhere, but you can play about with it, and it's really good to get to know the platform, how it works, how trading works, understand how the stock market works, all these different kind of things. And yeah, it's really good. I know some people even use it as like a bit of a game. Like, they shouldn't, but they do. They like just use that as like a bit of a challenge between their friends. And the best thing about it, obviously, it's not your money, so it's at no risk. So feel free to go and make mistakes. That's what it's there for, I feel. Me and Tom used it at the beginning of our challenge, and we made a few mistakes, and that was great because it was practice money, and if we'd have gone straight into the challenge, we'd have lost money. So it's really good, and you can reset it as well. So if you do really bad and start losing all your money, just reset it. You go back to the 50,000 and you can carry on. So a great little feature of the Trading 212 platform is the fact that you can have this demo account to play around with at the beginning. I felt though that threw up some issues for me, because when we got into the challenge, we were already playing with £200 and £300, as I mentioned earlier, which you notice different things about the platform when you're working with smaller amounts of money. So having the big money, I didn't come across any stocks where there was a minimum order quantity that affected me anyway, so I wouldn't have noticed it. Whereas when you're playing with £200-300, you don't always meet the requirements to buy into a stock. So for example, I believe it was Cranswick. I wanted to buy one of their shares for around £30 to £35, I believe, and I was told that it was a minimum of 2. I had to buy 2 shares of Cranswick's. Now, it was all right, but sometimes trading gets related to gambling quite a lot. And if you're somebody who's maybe trying to make money on these platforms and doesn't understand the real risk of it, and you're maybe a bit that kind of gambling side of it, got a bit of an adrenaline rush, you might be tempted to spend more than you should do, and that could have negative effects. So if you lose on the platform, the more you spend, the more you lose. If you win, the more you spend, the more you win. So it's a hard one. I don't think it's a really big drawback of the platform, but it's just to be aware of that when you're trading at smaller quantities, smaller prices, values, that kind of thing, you may come across some restrictions in terms of what you can and can't buy. However, there's plenty more to be said for the positives on this platform and the negatives. But before I get into them, I just wanted to say, if you like what I'm talking about today, you like the challenge, you like all the other stuff, make sure to subscribe. We've got a really cool few challenges coming up before the end of the year. We'll be giving our take on loads of different things like these reviews. Yeah, it's just full of loads of really good content coming up until the end of the year, and even into next year. We've already started planning. So make sure to subscribe so you're the first to see all of our videos going forward. So on to positive number 2. That is that I see Trading 212 as an education platform as well as being a trading platform. Within the app, you can find videos on all different types of topics relating to trading and the platform, including how-tos and stuff like stock market analysis, reading charts, understanding balance sheets, all this kind of stuff. There's videos on all of this within the platform, which is great, especially if you're a beginner. And as much as I say you learn by doing, I think when it comes to risking your own money, it's best to do research beforehand. Don't just go into things blindly. Do learn how things work. And that's why this platform's great, because it does provide you that opportunity to learn about them things. However, there is a negative to this. Not all of the information on the Trading 212 platform is as accurate as I would have expected it to be. Now, some of the charts don't go back as far as I would like. It tends to be with new stocks that have been added to the site, but they only go back generally to when they were added to the site, and they don't go any further back in time. So it's really hard to judge long-term trends, especially if they have been in a market. Also, some of the reports shown were in the wrong currency. For example, if they had reported a profit of £100, that would be shown as $100. So the symbol had changed. So this could give you false valuations in terms of your head of where this stock should be and how well it was performing, especially if there's big differences between different currencies. For example, you might have a currency that's worth 0.1 of another currency. That's going to be a huge difference on their balance sheets, 10 times difference. So just keep an eye out for that. It was only a few stocks, and it's not something I particularly came across, but I've definitely seen it mentioned online quite a lot. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. And also with the balance sheets, the same as the charts, they didn't always go back as far as I'd like, or maybe didn't include all the information I wanted. There was quite a few not blanked out bits, but kind of missing information. So you had to go elsewhere for this information, which isn't always great because I kind of see that platform as a one-stop shop. I should be able to trade and find the information within it, but I was having to come out of it and go to other places quite a lot. If you're enjoying this video and you want to check out Trading 212, obviously do your own research beforehand and make sure it is the right platform for you. But there's going to be a link down in the description, which will be my affiliate link to the Trading 212 platform. If you sign up via that link, you will receive a free share, and so will I. So it's a great way to get into it. The one that me and Tom got when we signed up was worth about £9, and it was for the National Grid. So even if you just get a small one like that, it's a nice little bonus when you're signing up. Also, just a reminder, if you are enjoying this video, make sure to like it. It really does help us out. So on to the final positive and negative about the Trading 212 platform. The big positive is that it's really easy to use. As I said, we used a practice demo account. We used it for a week at the beginning of the challenge as part of the rules me and Tom had set out. I don't think we needed that long. I think we'd learned everything we needed to know about the platform and how it worked in a much shorter time than that. So it is really good, and it just shows how easy it's to use if I didn't feel I needed the practice account. And also, as I mentioned earlier, there are the videos on the platform as well, which include how-tos. So if you don't know how to do something, you can look it up within the platform itself sometimes. And if not, there's loads of people like me making content like reviews and how-tos and stuff like that all across YouTube, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these different places. So if you just have a question, just type it into a search engine like Google or YouTube, and I'm pretty sure someone will have had the same issue and potentially solved it for you. My final gripe with the platform is some of the notifications were quite slow. Now, it wasn't a huge deal, but when price alerts tended to be okay, so if I'd set a price alert, they tend to come through pretty quick, pretty sharpish. But where it let itself down, I thought, was where like it was stock news. It tends to come out like a few hours late. Sometimes a new stock would be launched and they'd send a notification to you, and you'd go on it and it had been like 3-4 hours ago that it had been launched. So you'd kind of miss that initial. If you want to act quick on things, you miss that initial rush, or you miss that initial impact that news might be having on the stock price. So obviously you should always be looking at stock investing on the long term, in my opinion, but you do miss out on a chunk of the benefits if you're not getting the news quickly. So I was using other platforms such as Yahoo for my notifications because I felt they were much quicker. But overall, I think it was a really good platform, and I'll give you my rating in just a second after I've asked you to comment below if you're somebody who has used the platform. I'd love to hear from you, hear what your views on the platform are, how you found the platform, and also what rating you think I'm about to give it based on what I've said so far. So just so you're aware, this rating is based on my experience of using the platform and not necessarily my rating of it compared to other trading platforms. This is the platform we chose, this is the platform we use based on other reviews. Now this is just a reflection of how I found using it. I'm not a trading expert, I've not used all the different platforms. This isn't in comparison to that, it's just somebody who's new to the trading and investing what I thought it was. And I would happily give this a 9 out of 10. So big thumbs up from me on the Trading 212 platform. If you thought the same, then make sure to let us know down in the comments. Remember to subscribe to be the first to see all our new content, and give this video a like if I've brought any value to your day and your decision in choosing your platform. Until next time, thanks for watching.